Hello, and welcome to the teaching crew of Growth Track. This term is going to be your turn to teach the lessons for this month. And as we prepare to get started, I just wanted to share a few tips on what's important to keep in mind so that you can have a smooth transition, a smooth sessions in the next 4 Sundays that you will be teaching. So, as you know, you are either the teacher and also the assistant. And this video is for both of you. So, typically, as you know, Growth Track is a session that has a series that has 4 sessions. We have Growth Track 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so, the way that the process goes is that before the sessions begin, invites begin to be given out to people, and everyone who responds to the invitation will fill out a form. How did these invitations go out? We send them, everybody, the church, either myself or other ministry leaders, like the person from volunteering, or different leaders, that know, hey, you need Growth Track. Sometimes a person comes in to serve and they receive them gladly, but then they tell them, hey, guess what? You need to go take Growth Track now. And so the people come in through to the sessions in different ways, but everyone is registered with a link, and it is a link that leads everyone to a form. And once they fill out in there, they give their name, their phone number, email, all the information needed, and they submit it, and they come into the Growth Track list. And so once they are in the list, now they are put in an attendance sheet, and that's what you receive before the lesson begins. So what are the steps? Basically, as you all know, if you're teaching the class, come prepared with the lesson already. Read the lesson, study it, so that you can flow and allow the Holy Spirit to bring to mind the things that are important for you to share. Remember that our classes are from 10 to 10:45. It could go up to 10:50 since we're in the room 103 downstairs, so we have ample time, just 10 minutes, so they can go to the restroom and then go to service, which starts at 11. That's sufficient time. We are in room 103, and so come with the lesson prepared. And on the day of the lesson, you need to come and be there at, I would say, since the class is at 10 a.m., I usually encourage people to come at 20 minutes before, 20 to 30 minutes before, so that you get there in time, find good parking, don't come stressed out in a rush, come at peace and just ready to impart the things from those lessons, the word and the power that is in each one of those lessons. And so you arrive, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go and get the iPad, which is found in the black Growth Track box of the Spanish classes. We share the same iPad for now, so that's what we do. You go to the hallway where the conference room is, and right at the end of that hallway, there's a cabinet where they have the refreshments for the volunteers. Right underneath, there's a box that says Growth Track Espanol, and there you get the iPad. Once you get it, turn it on right away. Just make sure it's charged. If you have any issues and you turn it on and you see that there's no charge right away, we need to contact a person who's going to help us. And that person is Norman. Norman, he is from Bible College, and he is informed that we can reach out to him if we have any issues with the iPad. And so you turn it on. If it's fully charged, that's great. Then you take it to your room. Also, we have our own Growth Track box, the black box, and that is located in our closet in the chapel. So you're going to get the iPad, then you're going to go to the closet in the chapel, get the box, and go to room 103. In the box, you find all the materials that you will need. You find the Growth Track booklets that we give out to all the students. There's also a leader's manual, a hard copy there in case you need to read it, follow through. Some pens for the people that go in person so they can fill in the blanks. Once you get the Zoom going, you turn on the iPad, and once the iPad is on, wait until the little Wi-Fi little cone appears. Do not open the Zoom application until that shows up, because if you do it before, it will ask you to sign up to the Zoom completely, and that's we don't even have that information. So wait, once the iPad is on, wait until the Wi-Fi cone appears. Once it's there, then open up Zoom, and once you open up Zoom, you will see the meeting ready to hit start. It's a good idea to start the meeting about 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before, even just start, and get your video off, your mute off, until the class is ready to go. Once you start the meeting, the assistant you need to get your iPhone or your phone, whichever phone you have the Zoom application already in your phone as an assistant, because what you will need to do is you will need to connect to the Zoom, join the meeting as if you were someone joining it. So very important for both of you to have the Zoom meeting ID handy and the passcode, because you will need it so that you can share it to someone who comes in and needs to get that information. So as an assistant, you need to get your phone, you connect to the meeting, and once you're connected into the iPad, now you go to the iPad and you're going to make yourself a host. So in the iPad, the meeting is already started. You're going to see yourself, as someone that has joined the meeting. And then in the iPad, you're going to make yourself, the assistant, a host. So once you are host, now you have all the capabilities to see who is joining and keep attendance on your iPhone. You will control the meeting of all those who join virtually as a host. The teacher doesn't have to be doing all of that, because the teacher is going to be busy just giving the lesson. So as an assistant, when we are assistant, we take control of the Zoom meeting with our phones. So while the teacher's teaching, we are looking at the phone and we're seeing all that interaction happening right there. So following up with the class, once you get the class started, as I said, in your attendance, some people, when they enroll with the link, they identify whether they're going to be in person attending or whether they're going to be joining through Zoom. For those who said that they will be joining through Zoom, what we do is we welcome everyone that registers. We send them an email, we say welcome, we're looking forward to seeing you. And then to those who indicated that they will be connecting through Zoom, what we do is we send them an email with the PDF of the student manual. They'll fill in the blank. And we tell them in that email that it's a great idea for them to print it, because it's fill in the blank, and also so they can follow along if they are following in their Zoom and they have the information in their phone. It's a little hard to read the booklet while looking at the phone using the same device. So, we usually tell them, try to open up the PDF in another device or print it, whichever way works best. Have a pen handy. So they already have all that information before they come to Sunday and to the Zoom, to the Growth Track class. And so now, when Sunday comes, you will have an attendance that has been emailed to you as well. And there you will see those who have already registered. Now, sometimes, obviously some people just come and show up to the class or connect through to the Zoom, and they, because they got the information by another mean or way, and that's awesome. They're coming to class, and we will welcome them, but we need to get them all registered. So if for some reason someone comes in the class and they're not on your list, you need to give them the link, so they can register. You tell them right away, hey, please, scan this, or you can text it, get their name, phone number, and say, I'm going to text you a link, and please take a couple of minutes. It's really quick, name, email, phone number, and so that they can register in the Growth Track. And while they're doing that, once they do that, you give them a book, just like everyone else that attended the class, give them their book. Very important to remind them to write their name on the books and to bring them to every class, because there's a limited amount of books, and pretty soon they might be actually they're going to start being sold. So it's a good idea to tell them for now, hey, hold on to your book, and just bring it every Sunday. If for some reason someone forgets, I usually tell them, look, I'm going to loan you, I'm going to give you this book to loan, just don't write in it, grab a piece of paper. It's good to bring blank pieces of paper to lend to persons there that come to class, and you can say, you can take note of the answers that they fill in the blanks, but you need, when you get home, write them on your book. So anyways, going back to the procedures, and once they the same thing goes with the people that when you are in Zoom and you start the class, you, the assistant, you take attendance, you look and see who's connected. And it's always a good idea to, before the class begins, to say, welcome to Growth Track. Today we will do lesson number 1, whichever lesson it is. If this is the first time that you're joining, please write your name, number, and email, so that we can share the book with you. And so, and you will also see in your phone, those who already register, so you go, oh, this person is already on my list, so you can check them in your list. Keep a way to check your attendance handy. Oh, that person is also in the list, registered through Zoom. Okay, great, you check attendance. So the assistant is going to be active, checking attendance and making sure that you register anyone new. So let's say someone connects to the Zoom and they're not in your list, and they're new. So now you get their phone number, their name, and you tell them, I'm going to send you a link so you can register to the class. And once you register to the class, you will receive a copy, a PDF of the book. Okay, so while you're assistant, and the teachers, doing the teaching, you're kind of like, doing your own little work on your desk or in your little station where you're at, without distracting the teacher. Teacher, you keep going, but you're doing your little chatting as a host in the Zoom. So the point is that every single person that connects either virtually or that comes to class, they all need to register with the link. We're no longer, doing the paper attendance. That's kind of like being transitioning to the system of just, getting everything automized in the system. And so for that to happen, they need to enroll with the link, and very important that they click submit when they're done. So if for some reason they have problems with, if they are live, they came into the room and they are trying to do the registration in their phone and it doesn't work, maybe at the end of the class, or maybe during the class, you can go and say, someone might say they're having trouble registering, then you can actually, even just go and help them out, or just try to get the information that they need. That's last case scenario. Get the info that is needed to register them, and then perhaps after the class is over, you can do the registration yourself on your phone with the information. But best thing is for them to register themselves. If for some reason it didn't go through, just make sure you have their name, their phone number, and their email. So maybe, after the class, you can even text it to them, and maybe when they have better Wi-Fi, whatever the reason is why it didn't work in the first time, they can still go ahead and do it. After the growth track session is over, very important that we also finish in time, because the iPad that we're using is also used by the Spanish growth track team. The Spanish growth track starts at 11 a.m. and they are in the rooms upstairs. As a matter of fact, it's in room 202, the one in the middle. And so what we need to do, they are aware that we're using the iPad. So what we need to do is, as soon as we've completed, they also need, a few minutes to prepare and set the iPad themselves. And so what we do is, once we finish, we end the session, and then close the session on your phone, because you're hosting. You need to end meeting in your phone as an assistant, and then just get the iPad, and we have to take it up to, as an assistant, you go and just take it up to room 201, to whoever is teaching the growth track, 202, I'm sorry, to the room 202, to the person that's teaching the Spanish growth track. You hand it to the teacher or to the assistant. So usually they are already, by that time, the teacher, the assistant, they're already getting ready. You'll see them on the little podium, on the table, getting ready. So you ask for them. You don't hand it to anyone. You just say, "Are you the teacher of Growth Track?" Yes, and then you hand them the iPad. And after that, you just put the box again for Growth Track. Once we finish, it goes back in the chapel, and that's it. That's pretty much what we do. And I believe that you guys are going to do awesome. Always begin before your class begins, before all this, going and getting around. Always take a few minutes, you as a teacher and the assistant, to pray together. Pray together that God will be glorified, and that the Holy Spirit will take over, and that He will be the one imparting and teaching and doing the growing and the people that you are going to be encountering in the classes. So you pray that you'll be instruments, and that you're offering yourselves as instruments for Him to speak, to teach, and encourage through you. And so have a wonderful Growth Track a month. And if you need anything and you need help with anything, we always have our numbers ready. We text each other, and all is well. So God bless you, and thank you so much for the service that you do in our church. Bye-bye.